Assalamu alaikum viewers. Welcome to Siyasat English News. I am Ayman Omar. The Telangana government on Friday extended the ongoing night curfew till 8th of May, putting all speculations of an impending lockdown to rest. State Chief Secretary Somesh Kumar passed a government order extending the existing curfew. Many had been expecting a complete shutdown, given that thousands of COVID-19 cases are being reported every day in the southern state. Prior to this, the Telangana government on 20th of April had passed an order restricting movement of the general public from 9 pm in the evening to 5 am in the morning for a period of 10 days. On that day, the state had reported nearly 6,000 new COVID-19 cases. On Friday, 7,646 new cases had been reported. Under the restrictions, all shops and establishments, barring those involved in essential services, will have to close by 8 pm. The Telangana government on Friday was granted a conditional exemption for drone deployment by the Ministry of Civil Aviation and Directorate General of Civil Aviation for conducting experimental delivery of COVID-19 vaccines. According to an official media release, the drone usage permission has been granted for conducting experimental delivery of COVID-19 vaccines within visual line of sight range using drones. The permission for flying unmanned aerial vehicles has been granted for a period of 1 year or until further orders. However, these exemptions will be valid only if all conditions and limitations as stated for the respective entities are strictly adhered to. At a time when even family members and close friends are turning their backs on those dying of COVID-19 due to fear of getting infected, a group of young heroes from across Telangana have taken it upon themselves to give honorable farewells to those who battle the virus and pass away. Putting religious differences aside, the group has set an example of communal harmony in the city. The Youth Welfare Telangana, led by Syed Jalaluddin Zafar, has cremated over 1,600 people since the pandemic began. Out of all the deceased they have put to rest, more than 200 are Hindus, while 2 were Sikhs and 15 were Christians. The group now has 160 members across Telangana, of which 60 members are in Hyderabad itself. According to Zafar, 10 members are always available at any point of time. Youth Welfare Telangana was formed in 2014. It was initially limited to undertaking typical social service acts like conducting blood donation camps and helping school dropouts rejoin school, and it never originally planned to undertake the poignant task of burying the dead. A Telangana High Court bench of Chief Justice Hima Kohli and Justice Vijay Sen Reddy instructed the state government to stay any action on BRS and LRS schemes till the Supreme Court delivers its final verdict in this matter. The Supreme Court is currently looking into the state government orders on the building regularization and layout regularization schemes. The High Court disposed of all the BRS and LRS related petitions and instructed the state government to wait till the Supreme Court delivers its final verdict. Since the matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court, the state government must wait till its final verdict, the High Court bench said. India on Friday extended the suspension of international commercial flight operations till 31st of May 2021. However, international passenger flights under air travel bubble arrangements will continue. In partial modification of circular dated 26th of June 2020, the competent authority has further extended the validity of circular issued on the above subject regarding scheduled international commercial passenger services to and from India till 23:59 hours Indian Standard Time of 31st of May 2021. The circular issued by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation said. The circular said that the restriction shall not apply to international or cargo operations and flights specifically approved by DGCA. With many facing shortages of beds, oxygen and ambulances amid the devastating second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, Javed Khan, an auto driver in Bhopal, has turned his three-wheeler into an ambulance-like vehicle and is providing the service free of cost. Mr. Khan's auto is equipped with necessary things like an oxygen cylinder, a PPE kit, sanitizer and an oximeter. I saw a lot on social media, WhatsApp and news channel that several people are forced to carry their relatives on the shoulder or pull them on carts due to unavailability of ambulances. That is when I thought I could do something for humanity, Mr. Khan told news agency ANI. Mr. Khan has been providing this service for the last 15 to 20 days in Bhopal. Over 9 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been administered across Saudi Arabia, the Ministry of Health said in a statement late Thursday on its official Twitter account. According to the statement, the vaccines were provided through more than 587 centers, the Saudi Gazette reported. Meanwhile, Muhammad Al Abdel Ali, the spokesman of the ministry, said that no requests have so far been submitted by the ministry to the concerned authorities to reimpose curfews during the end of Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr holidays. The spokesman called on all citizens and expatriates to book appointments to obtain vaccines, stressing that vaccines are available in all centers run by the ministry. France has announced its first confirmed cases of the virus variant that is sweeping over India, just as the French president outlined a national reopening plan after 6 months of virus restrictions. The health ministry announced late Thursday night that 3 people tested positive for the new variant in the Bouches-du-Rhône and Lot-et-Garonne regions of southern France. All 3 had traveled to India and are under medical observation. Authorities are seeking to trace their contacts and investigating other suspected cases, the ministry said. It noted that the variant has been detected in at least 6 other European countries. France last week stepped up virus controls for travelers arriving from India as well as some other countries where variants are spreading. Octogenarian shooter Chandra Tomar, who became the oldest woman sharpshooter in the world after taking up the sport in her 60s, died on Friday after battling COVID-19. She was 89 and was being treated at a hospital in Meerut since 26th of April. Tomar, who was nicknamed Shooter Dadi for her exploits, was hospitalized after complaining of difficulty in breathing. Tests revealed she had contracted the highly contagious virus that is causing over 3,000 deaths daily in the country. Hailing from a village in Uttar Pradesh, Bhagpat district, Tomar was 60 plus when she picked up the gun for the first time but went on to win many national competitions for veterans. Thank you viewers, that's it for today.